Okay, in today's video, we are doing a restripe for a church parking lot that initially failed their inspection. This congregation actually tried to get into their building, but the inspector initially denied the request on the account of them not having their ADA markings specified on the parking lot. Then that's when we got the call, scheduled a good date and time for service. They agreed to the price, and everything was going good. Well, on this particular day for this restripe, we ran into a lot of problems. First thing is the weather. Initially, whenever I scheduled the job, I looked at my calendar and I looked on the forecast. I didn't see any issues as it pertains to the weather forecast. Well, sure enough, I woke up in the morning. What do you know? It was sprinkling. Well, I still decided to pick the machine up and drive because the rain actually had not reached this part of town just yet. It was about 10 o'clock when we started the job. The forecast said that the rain wouldn't be there till 2, so we had a little bit of time left. It was a very, very windy day, but we got there. It hadn't rained on this side of town yet, so we set up, tried to start the job. Then the next problem that I ran into is that I could not get my machine to recirculate paint. I could not get it to circulate paint. So what I did was I removed the suction tube out of the paint bucket and actually manually poured water down it with a water mixture with paint to try to force it to engage, to try to manually force that pump to engage to start filtering paint through, because I'm sure there was an air pocket. Ran the Titan for about 30 minutes waiting for the pump to engage. Finally, the pump engaged. Then we were able to filter paint through and then get it going. Then after we got everything going, everything was good, we started restriping the parking lots. I noticed that there was this, I was able to stripe lines, but there was this light film. It was almost like there was too much pressure coming out. So I tried to adjust my pressure. We were running about 1800 PSI. We were spraying Hotline, Sherwin-Williams, latex fast dry paint. But I was still having this residue, this additional residue after I would stripe the lines. And it wasn't really too noticeable. The customer didn't even notice it, but I noticed it, and it was really bothering me, and I couldn't figure out what was wrong. And then I came to the conclusion it was most likely because I added too much water to the system whenever I was trying to manually get the pump to engage. Well, anyways, after we corrected that problem, we ran into another problem. We got a paint clog, and I didn't bring any extra tips. I wasn't prepared. I definitely learned my lesson from now on to always bring extra paint tips and any other necessary materials that would be required for the job. Luckily there was a Sherwin-Williams that was about 2 miles down the road, so I was able to go there and get a paint tip and then a tip guard. Well, finally, I got back to the job site after going to Sherwin-Williams, and I got all my materials, changed out the tip guard and the tip, and kept restriping. By this time, we are booking it. I mean, we got about 45 minutes until this rain comes in. We're striping at about 65, 68 degrees. So this paint is going to dry in about 15, 20 minutes. Which it did. We got done in time. I mean, when the job was actually completed, we got done in time just for touch-ups. After we did touch-ups, then it started raining. I went back the next day to just double-check it because, again, we were pushing for time, and it looked great. So, definitely learned a lot from this job. Learned a lot. Always be prepared. because you're gonna run into problems. And just this particular day, it was like nothing was going right. We fought the weather, paint clog, additional spray patterns. It was just, I mean, anything. Anyways, the customer was happy. They were really happy with the parking lot. They were satisfied. They got back in code. Everything was good. They gave us a check and everything was good. So thanks for watching. I hope you learn from this experience. Always be prepared, because you're going to run into circumstances and situations that you might not be prepared for. But we learn as we grow, and the next day we strive. It's a new day. Thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button, and we will see you in the next video. All right, out.